Fuck the
Atlas.
Ah, look at this, another beautiful sunny day in Melbourne. Yeah, it's raining. Well, I'm off to get some bits for the Vikla. On my dirty girl. Yes, she is ridden every day. No matter what the weather, she gets ridden. So unfortunately I have to wait for good weather to wash her. How you going? Last weekend I had to go down to Harley and get myself a bottle of oil for my daily. While I was there I was having a sticky beak at a deluxe. And I got talking to the parts manager there. And he asked me what I was interested in. I said, I'm after these lights, but you can't get them anymore. He's like, are you sure? Does a bit of leg work and finds me some lights. So this morning in the rain, went down to local Harley Davidson dealership and picked up the lights. And got this baby here. Look at that. OEM Tombstone, the one that I was after. Let's check the part on this. I don't know. Might be the one I'm after. We'll see. Anyways, it's a genuine Harley Tombstone. I bought the box was already open because while I was there, I got him to open it up just to make sure it's complete. You know what Harley Davidson like, you buy the thing and maybe it's missing the gasket or something. So there's this sticky stuff all over it. It's like napalm. Delicious. But that's for another day. While I was there looking at the Tombstone on the back of the Deluxe, I realised that these lights that I've just done, yeah, not as good as genuine Harley goodness. So, here we go. Oh, abracadabra, blammo. Bought the Harley ones. So now I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with these babies. Put them back to original or finish off the modification. Either ways, I'm probably going to sell them off. Don't need two sets of lights. I got these babies now. I'm going to figure out how to do the magic trick with these wires. The difference is, grab these unbolt at that point there. You can take this piece off, do some work, and do the work on there. This is all one piece. So, time to get creative. Let's see what we can do. So first I'll explain what I did last time a little better. Like I said, these can come off. So what I did, let me grab the pointy stick here, drill the hole in there, put it back on, transferred the mark to there, drilled it down first to start the drill bit and then drilled in on an angle, mostly straight but on an angle this way. There's something to be mindful of. This bolt, this hole that I'm trying to mate up with, as you can see, it's on two angles. It's that way and that way. And basically, I got that hole to mate up in there at the end. After looking at this little bugger, I figured the only way I could get in was to just drill in on an angle with a rather long drill bit. Before I tried to drill it, I had to stop the drill bit from walking up because it's on an angle. It won't seat and it will just creep up there. So I've got a die grinder with a round bit, put a little crater right there, made this little contraption, put it on there, taped it all up, and proceeded to drill down on an angle. The reason why I made this contraption, to protect the chrome. I don't know if you can see, but it's all chewed up there from the drill bit. Better chewing up this bit of aluminium than the chrome. I don't know if you can tell from that angle, but it's actually, it's not quite square because I was trying to mate it up with that hole at the bottom, and it worked perfectly. Get a bit of wire and make me look like an idiot, and there it goes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So it turns out the solution was real fucking easy. Nothing too spectacular whatsoever. Just run a drill bit in. She's good to go. So if you've got these genuine Harley parts, you can do the same thing. Next part now is to wire it up. And here we are with the wires connected. They're not finished off. They need the shielding and the terminals and plugs put on, but I won't be doing that until this is ready to go on the bike. I don't like double handling things, putting things on just to take them off. Do the things in the right order as far as I'm concerned. So I'll do that later, and maybe then I'll show you how it looks, but that won't be in this video. Now I had to outsource these bolts to be drilled out on a lathe because unfortunately I don't actually own a lathe. They unfortunately broke one of the bolts and replaced it with one where the head is not the same size as the other one, so that's going to muck up my feng shui.
Not happy, Jan!
I'm going to have to get these redone so they're both the same size, but I'll worry about that at a later date. Now if you're wondering why I did these, you know, push the wires through there, you see these holes here which I will have to block up at some point. The wires used to come out of there and then into the panel, and you could see them, whereas I wanted the full stealthy look on this bike, so I got a bit creative and made them come through here. It will make it a little bit difficult to put these on and off, but the theory is they're not going to come off too often, so should be right. And at the end of the day, when you're building a vehicle like this, form over function. So that said, even with the shielding put on there, I'm going to make it so I can slide off. And the type of plugs I'm going to use are called Deutsch connectors. They're really small and they're easy to unpin, pull through, and then repin later. It's certainly not rocket science, and it will come up the charm, I reckon. Now, if you've got any questions as to how I went about hiding these wires, if I'm not clear in my video, feel free to ask in the comment section. But I think that'll do for this video. I'll see you next Tuesday. I can't get in there nice and easily. I don't have a right angle drill bit that's going to fit in there. And let's try that bit again, because there's no such thing as right angle drill bit. If it's a right angle drill bit, it's fucking bent.